we can't do an episode of Utah Outcasts and not have an Alex Jones clip.
We did it before it was cool.
Yeah. I think there's very few shows that have put out as many episodes as we have that have done the same format. And so I'm glad to count ourselves amongst them.
Sure.
We're a lot less polished, though. That's the charm of the show, people. That's how we do this thing. Yeah, we're not trying to be... No, you know what? You don't need to fucking know about us. We're not trying to be InfoWars with Alex Jones.
No, we're not.
No.
It'd be funny if there was like a left-wing watch and we were prominently displayed there every week. That'd be great.
Oh my God, that'd be wonderful. I would love that.
Except we'd get all sorts of death threats, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because the right wing can't handle their shit,
Those do suck. We've had the one that I know of.
We've had more than one. We've had more than one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're scary. I don't like them.
Yeah, I mean, besides the whole kill yourself thing, I'm like, yeah, that's not very
Also,
funny.
the openly advocating for violence against me was pretty awful. That was pretty
that was not good.
Hey, left, be better when you're talking to these people. Don't try to fucking stoop to their level on this shit.
Look, I don't even care if they're Nazis. Look, don't be nice to Nazis. And I'm not even talking about punching Nazis, like, at this point.
Just don't wish them death.
Death threats get us nowhere.
Death is pretty fucking final,
Yeah. And should we? I don't know. I'm opposed to the death penalty 100% of the time. So
yeah. Anyway, let's let Alex talk about it. Since it's funny that we're talking about killing and death and everything. Well, you'll hear it anyway. So let's hear Alex's take on this little current bit of news.
So think about that. Nancy Pelosi is in essence saying, don't call this guy an animal or a monster. Because she's saying about MS-13 thousands of times worse conservatively than this killer. In the aggregate, she's saying, don't talk bad about them, and they're all acting sad because the Democratic Party uses MS-13 to kill people.
What?
Yeah, that's the reason this clip got it on this week, is that the Democrats are using a Mexican street gang / drug pushing gang to kill people.
First of all, I have a bit of issues with his words there because
is he talking like Seth Rich? Is he trying to circle around to Seth Rich?
Because he mentioned Nancy Pelosi's, and then he mentioned singular individuals, and then he mentioned multiple individuals, all in a singular sentence. Actually, can we just replay that bit?
Which bit?
It's just the part you just played.
I have to.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Hang on a sec.
So
hang on.
He is in essence saying, don't call this guy an animal or a monster. Because she's saying about MS-13 thousands of times worse conservatively than this killer. In the aggregate, she's saying, don't talk bad about them, and they're all acting sad because the Democratic Party uses MS-13 to kill people.
Okay, so he switches between referring to MS-13 as a singular this and a multiple them. Okay. I understand what he's doing linguistically now. It broke me for a second because at first it sounded like he was referring to a singular person. And
I think maybe
and then
since this did come out on Friday, I wonder if it could be perhaps that he's talking about. I'm wondering about the context where this came from. It could be that he was talking about the shooter that was in Texas.
Oh,
where MS-13 does more harm than this guy does thousands of times over, because that's what happens when you have a collective thing versus a singular.
But so domestic violence. So what's your fucking
and heart disease and
yeah, what's your fucking point? Needless deaths that didn't need to happen, and then
But let's get back to the point where he's talking about how the Democrats are using the Mexican street gang to kill people.
Yeah.
Right, fine.
Wow, dude.
Please explain that point, because I'm a Democrat. I mean,
I didn't realize we didn't have
loyalty, but
I didn't know we had our own gang of enforcers.
Do all Democrats have access to this? I'm not
That's
that
like
I want to use
finding
them. I just want to know.
It's like finding out your work has a concierge service that you get for free, and you're like, "Fuck! How have I never used this before?"
Exactly. I don't want MS-13 to kill anyone, but maybe
I just like having the option of knowing that it's a thing.
Okay, if they can come with be subtle.
It's like the take a penny, leave a penny. I don't need to take the penny or leave the penny because I pay with card, but it's nice to know the options there if I'm ever short.
I'm just saying, if I can, if MS-13 is just working for Democrats, just all of us, I have some dates that are pretty fucking scary sometimes, and I don't want them just to be nondescript in the background. I don't want them to kill anyone, but just in case it gets weird, I want them to get my jacket for me.
No, it sounds like you need sister markers in that case. That's, sorry, Deadpool reference. Going back to Alex Jones here. Here we go.
I have confirmed this with our law enforcement and Army sources. I've confirmed it with CIA sources that the Democratic Party uses MS-13 nationwide, from Chicago to Dallas, Texas, from Austin, Texas to L.A.
So, like,
there's like a little slice of something where.
Honey.
No, hang on. Let me get one thing off my chest real quick here. He's confirmed it with all of these sources. I think that means he confirmed with the sources in his head. And also on top of that, he's talking about how the CIA has confirmed that this is happening nationwide.
I think he's lying.
CIA is specifically outward facing. You fucking simpleton. The CIA is not allowed to do shit in America. Yeah. That's the reason the CIA exists.
I think he's lying.
God.
I think he's lying.
Oh no, what gave you that idea?
Yeah, no, I think he's being dishonest on purpose. Because there's, okay, and by the way, army sources, he doesn't.
I've worked with enough grunts. Grunts aren't the exact name for that, but
fucking matter. You talk to a sergeant who believes that chemtrails are a thing.
Like, yeah, he's allowed to believe that kind of thing. He's allowed to do that. As long as he still does his fucking duty when it comes to time for the officer to tell him what to do.
Right.
While he's wearing uniform. That's it.
Right. And the Army wouldn't know shit about that either. Because the Army doesn't operate.
You want to talk about a big ass gang?
Yes, they do, Kyle.
The military.
Well, not in that way.
Well, technically the reserves aren't supposed to operate domestically. They do, but mostly the National Guard does do domestic stuff.
Right.
And no, I'm sorry. I've worked around enough.
My whole life has been around this shit, so it's like my old man almost became a fucking white supremacist because of, shit that he was listening to on right-wing radio and paying attention to in books and stuff like that. Guess what? He was still able to do his job as a sergeant very fucking well. You know? Because it didn't stop him from being able to fucking calibrate tools and shit. It had nothing to do that impacted his job.
But it might have impacted persons of color getting promotions and shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, but we were stationed in Idaho at the time, so there's very few of those. I'm kidding. It's a military installation. There's always people of color there, so I'm just joking.
That's not how Army works, but okay.
No.
But okay, first of all, even if he had Army sources, Army is not. Like, what do they think that every grunt has access to top secret? I had top secret.
Every soldier happens to have the same information as other people do.
But the Army wouldn't have anything to do. They wouldn't have anything to do with keeping tabs on a gang.
Yeah, no, don't touch it. They have nothing to do with that. I had secret clearance. I'm telling you right now, MS-13 came up 0 times.
0% of the time, if anything.
Came up so little we could count it in the negative percentage. Like
negative 0.0.
Yeah,
there you go.
Exactly. 0.1.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear what else he's going to say.
They use them as their secret army, and they know Trump's got a war going against MS-13 and has wiped thousands of them out, arrested thousands more.
Please show me the fucking killing fields. I mean, please.
We do have numbers of ICE and people they've arrested, and they have arrested 44,000 immigrants without criminal records and deported them since the beginning of the Trump presidency. That is up double since the Obama era. You heard me right. Fucking double.
Yep.
People without criminal records who are just here illegally, which, by the way, is not a crime.
A misdemeanor. Yeah.
That's actually not a crime.
Yeah.
That is actually civil litigation. So they don't actually get a lawyer.
Yeah, it's a civil offense. You get a
civil offense. Yeah, it is not a crime. People don't understand what crimes are, apparently, because there's a white woman cop calling the cops on black people using a charcoal grill in the designated grilling area. And she's right that they weren't supposed to have charcoal grill. That was not a crime. It's not a crime. Crimes are very different than civil litigation.
Yeah,
and civil offenses. Civil offenses. being here illegally is a civil offense, not a criminal offense.
I'm going to let Alex finish up here because he's almost done. Here we go.
Because what else isn't in the news? When MS-13 fights back, they're getting smoked by the U.S. military all over this country right now. And this Democrat dirtbag's pissed. Her meth-dealing army is in the crosshairs. You dirty, old, evil, globalist whore selling this country out.
Wow, got some sexism in there, too. Nicely
done. He really doesn't
Alex.
like Nancy.
Yeah, he really
doesn't.
Doesn't like Nancy.
I mean, I don't personally find her savory on a lot of the stuff that she's done in the past, but at the same time, that's personal politics, you know?
Yeah, that's minutia, which we should debate. We should debate the minutia amongst ourselves. Absolutely, we should be doing that.
Yeah. But I'm not going to jump on the fucking whole. I'm not going to jump on fucking YouTube and call like an elected official like her a whore. It's like, how about you attack her for her positions instead of just fucking, you know, attacking her for
globalist?
Yeah. Really? Since when is that?
Why did globalist even come up in this conversation? We're talking about
it's his favorite buzzword.
Alex Jones, it's his favorite thing.
Because that to him is.
It's not the dog whistle we hear it as.
Yeah,
everybody else besides Alex Jones, when you hear the word globalist, you're thinking the Jews run the banking world kind of thing, and it's just like,
yeah.
I don't think Alex is at that point anymore. He's used that so much it just means secret cabal society. Like the stonecutters from fucking The Simpsons, you know.
Sorry, but that logic fails in the fact that the Republicans have the House, Senate, and the presidency right now. Swear to fucking God, go fucking vote. There's more of us than them. Your apathy is fucking killing me. Just
midterms
vote.
are honestly the most fucking important election we will ever have for like the next 100 years.
Just go fucking vote in November. Just do the thing. Straight Democrat ticket. Don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Just straight Democrat at this point. Because that's the reality we're in.
We're fighting this. We're fighting this. This bullshit.
This guy, the president listens to Alex Jones, you guys. He's been on his show since he got elected.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
and they get press credentials. So yeah, yay. That's just crazy. That makes me so happy for all of the journalistic shit I've done in the past.
You're saying that Democrats can use MS-13 as their personal army?
Yeah.
That's absurd on it. Like, there's no fucking way. And we're the extremists, you guys. We're the extremists.
Yeah, we're the nuts. We're nuts.
Well,
yeah, we're crazy.
And we're also
just as bad.
Like, that's okay. I don't mind. Still, I'm going to continue to push for the healthcare system that will make it so you don't go broke when you get sick. And I'm going to continue pushing for the educational system that'll make it so your kids can have a fucking education without going broke. You know,
the idealist in Felicia wants a post-monetary society. The pragmatist in Felicia says capitalism isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So I want universal basic income, and I want universal health care, and I want a damn well-funded education system.
Yeah, the only way you're going to get rid of capitalism in the world right now is massive catastrophe would have to occur, where every market just fucking destroys.
I'm not digging massive catastrophe.
No.
Although,
but I'm saying that's the only thing that we can have to wean us off of that kind of system.
But you know what?
That's why in Star Trek, the reason that they are able to move past capitalism is because there were giant fucking wars that drove people out of the fucking big cities and into, you know, going back into discovery and learning science and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and so when when the Vulcans finally showed up after First Contact, everybody's like, oh, well, I guess we have a thing that you can unite towards now as a people instead of just fighting each other. Mm-hmm. So
I'm sorry.
So Alien Attack 2018. I'd prefer friendly aliens, but you know, I'm not averse to Ozymandias, you know, teleporting a fucking giant squid monster into downtown New York City, having a psychic attack that kills a bunch of people. You know, if it brought the world together, I'd be okay with it. Sorry, that's the Watchmen plot there, people.
That took a second.
Nope.
Yeah, it took a second. It's for the greater good.
No,
no, I'm just saying that you'd still have Alex Jones playing the Rorschach character. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know that Alex Jones could do that.
He can't do. No, come on now. Rorschach is crazy, but he's smart.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Alex Jones he is incapable of intelligence at this point. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that he was inherently lacking intelligence, because I don't think that's the case. But I think that he's so far gone at this point that thinking skills are dead.
Yeah. It's entertainment that took a wrong turn is what Alex Jones is. He is Art Bell if he had a political party. You know?
If Art Bell believed the stuff that he talked about.
Oh my God, what a great show that was. All right, anyway, that's enough of you, Alex Jones. We're going to put you back into the hole for another week, and we'll pull you out just to get a little bit of air next week.
Back in your hole.
Break out the GIMP.
He's more popular
sleeping.
than us. This is craziness.
Galaxy.